Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you all back again to another edition of Christian Musicians Corner podcast. Now, for those of you who are just listening to this podcast for the first time, Christian Musicians Corner podcast is an audio version of the blog which has been existing for quite a while now. So I just write the blog and I read out what I've written, and that forms this podcast. Okay, so today's topic is stay at your post. And unlike the previous editions, this one is not just for Christian musicians, rather it is for everyone who is a Christian. Last week, I went to see one of my mentors. I was feeling very discouraged about a lot of things, ministry, business, passion. Everything seemed not to be working and I felt like giving up. While we talked, he said to me, sometimes the only sacrifice we need to make to move God's heart is to remain at our post. Now that statement felt like drinking a cool glass of water after wandering through a desert on a hot afternoon. I was really encouraged and I was revived. You see, as Christians, we have been called by God to be His ambassadors and messengers here. We are to use our art or vocations or whatever creative ability we have been gifted with to proclaim the message of hope to this hopeless world. This is our primary assignment or calling. You can call it your post. Each of us has a particular post that we have been assigned to. And God expects us to remain at that post and be faithful. Theoretically, that sounds like an easy task, but in reality, it is a very difficult one. It is difficult to keep doing the same thing when it yields no visible material result. It's difficult to remain at the same position and watch others go far, but you can't join them because more than just a vocation, you see what you do as a calling. It's difficult to be the odd one. It's difficult when people think you are just wasting your life and being stubborn or stupid. The pressure from society, family, and friends weigh you down. You keep asking yourself, is this thing worth it? You feel like succumbing to their pressures and turn around and just go the way that everyone else expects you to go. And I just want to encourage you to stay at your post. The people pressuring you are not the ones God gave the calling or gifts or direct instructions, whatever it is that God gave you. In the end, it is you that God will require an account from, not them. Do you remember the parable of the talents? Each of the servants were required to give an account based on the number of talents given to each of them. Remember also the fall of man in the garden. It was Adam God demanded an explanation from because he was the one that God gave instruction, not Eve. If you yield to pressures and abandon your post, God will not require an account from those who pressured you. He would require it from you. So my dear brothers and sisters, whoever you are listening to this podcast right now, don't give in to the pressures. Stay at your post. Your King is coming, and He is coming with your reward. Be patient, be faithful. Don't give up. Stay at your post. I believe that was encouraging to you as you listened to this podcast today. Like I said at the beginning, today's podcast is not just for Christian musicians, but rather it is an encouragement for Christians. Please stay at your post. God bless you.